Right, kia ora everyone, and hello and welcome to today's webinar on easy social media marketing for your firm. So my name is Sarah Ingram. I'm the team leader here at CCH Business Fitness, and with me I have Kat from Boma, and also in the background we have Liz, who is going to act as our moderator today. So just a bit of housekeeping before we start, just to let you know you all are on mute. So if you do have any questions for us today, please just pop them in the Q&A panel at the bottom of your screen, and we'll answer those during our Q&A time. If we don't get time to answer your question individually, we will respond to each of you after the webinar. So let's take a closer look, Kat, at what we're going to be covering today. There we go. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to explain why we are partnering with Boma while Wolters Kluwer are doing this. Then I'm going to be handing over to Kat, and she's going to cover off some of the aspects of social media marketing. And it may seem like a dark sort of area or a dark art for you right now, but as Kat will explain, the key is going to be to start small and to be yourself. Kat will also then tell us about Boma and run through a quick demo. So that's always nice to see the platform in action. And lastly, we'll share some details about the special offer that we're going to do with Boma and for WK clients. And then for the last sort of 10 minutes or so, we'll have a Q&A at the end to answer any of your questions. So let's firstly cover off the partnership. So we realise now with small to medium business clients that you're going to need, well, they really need your support now more than ever. So to help you communicate and guide you during this time, we've decided to partner with Boma. So this partnership combines our real-time thought leadership content with Boma's powerful digital marketing platform. So this is going to enable you to easily keep in touch with your clients and show your clients that you care. So without further ado, Kat, I'm going to hand over to you, the master of Boma platform.
Thank you, Sarah. And my apologies for jumping around on the slides earlier. I was trying to take myself off mute and having a little technical difficulty. Anyway, let's jump on in. So when it comes to social media, it's really based around community input. It's a place where you can share your content and collaborate with your friends, your clients, partners, and prospects. Social media is a great opportunity for you to raise brand awareness. It really has become the new word of mouth versus old style referrals. And it really is a great tool for client acquisition. It's a great chance for networking. It can help you to amplify your content and position you and your business as a thought leader or expert. Now, let's just pause for a second and be real and, hey, maybe even a bit blunt. You know, some of you might even consider yourself anti-social media, you know, but think about the fact that it's not about you, it's about your clients. And it's about where and how they want to engage with you. It's on their terms. You know, most people are good with social media now. It's not new and scary. It's really a normal part of everyday life these days. And if you're not on any social networking channels, you are missing out on business. Right, now lecture over. Let's move on to the how and the what. One step is all it takes. And, you know, here's some tips to help get you started. There's a huge number of social media channels out there. You know, it can be a pretty overwhelming sometimes to think about what's out there, understanding what they are, who you'll reach through them. You know, there's Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Google+, Snapchat, TikTok, to name just a few. But today we're going to concentrate on these two main ones, Facebook and LinkedIn. These will be really the best for you for your accounting or bookkeeping practice. So let's talk first up about Facebook. It probably is the most effective social networking channel of them all. Now there's a stat 2.41 billion monthly active users. That's huge. Also, I found a stat the other day that said 90% of all internet users are on Facebook. That's pretty substantial. It really is the most effective online shopping window after your website. So it's where people will go to research you. Facebook gives you a chance to leverage your friends' networks. So through your Facebook page, you can engage with your friends and get visibility amongst your friends' friends as well. And hey, Facebook's a really great chance to engage your current clients, but also to prospect for new leads. Now, something as well to bear in mind is that you should have a business page on Facebook. You may be getting away right now with using a personal profile, but it's much more professional looking if you have a business page. There's a heck of a lot more functionality too. And people can follow your page without having to friend you and you having to approve that connection. And also a business page can be used to advertise your business, so better for prospecting for new leads. So you've got to start really with understanding what do you want to achieve through being on social media, because your tactics can change depending on what you want to get out of it. It might just be that you're going to use it for sort of brand recognition, or whether you're prospecting for new leads or just engaging with your current clients. The key with social media is that you can test little changes, iterate based on the outcomes. So for example, if you can do lots of little things and change them ever so slightly, see which one works best, and then kind of reiterate and refine on that. When it comes to how often to post, a minimum once a week, and it doesn't have to be super time consuming. Hey, if you're doing 5 posts a day, that's not a problem either, but a good sort of minimum place to start is 1 post a week. I mean, who would want to become a fan or a follower of a page when there's just nothing new there to read and engage with? Facebook is an excellent place to prospect for new leads, as I've mentioned, with paid advertising. People often say to me, Kat, I want to grow, but I want to grow with the right clients. And you can really do that through Facebook or through social media advertising, because you can define even who sees your ad. So for example, imagine an ad in a local magazine or on the radio. You're going to have quite wide reach, but are any of those people that are listening at that time business owners, or the type of business owner that you want to engage with? You can't guarantee that, but with Facebook ads, you can really define that. So your leads are almost pre-qualified before they even really click into your ad and take any action. So Facebook also is a great way to drive traffic to your website. So an example would that be sharing a blog post through Facebook, so people have to click through to your website to read the full article. And the more traffic that you're driving to the website, the better it's going to be. Whoops. So key is, how do you get people following your page? This sometimes feels daunting, but there's a lot of tools within Facebook itself to make this easier for you. You can start by building your following through people that you already know. So Facebook allows you to share a page. You can see in the image at the bottom, circled in red, there's a big share button. What this does is share your page with your current friends. You can ask them to support you by liking your page and sharing it with their friends. This is a really great way to start building that community. Ask your colleagues, of course, to follow you. So anyone who works in your business and your partners, make it a part of your new client onboarding, because ideally you're going to be sharing great tips and tricks and information on this page. So encourage your whole network of people to follow your page. Now, when it comes to Facebook as well, you can engage with other people's Facebook posts, either as your personal profile or as your brand. So when you comment on a post, you can, there's a little drop down on the right hand side, and you can choose which profile you're going to comment from, whether it's your business page or your personal profile. So engaging with other people's posts helps to broaden your reach, because then all the people that follow that page will see that you've responded and engaged as your brand. And that's a really great way to broaden your reach. Don't forget to sort of, do the admin on your page. So complete all the sections, the about us, the services, and then back that up with reviews. So short little testimonials or quotes from your happy clients, but you can also ask them to formally review. So there's a proper review section where they can give you a star rating and put a little quote in there. And that's just the proof. You can talk about how great your services are and the value that they provide, but ultimately that review is the proof that it's not just you singing your praises, that you've got some fans that are also doing the same thing. Then, of course, be responsive, engage, answer any questions or comments quickly. It shows that you care and that you've got some great advice to share. And then, yeah, be consistent, post regularly, ideally sort of once a week or so, as I mentioned. Right, LinkedIn is, think of it like Facebook for professionals. Whoops, sorry, went off a bit far. It's a great place for sharing advice and promoting your services. On LinkedIn, you're probably more likely to find clients that are sort of services based or in the B2B space. But just like Facebook, LinkedIn is a really great place to share your blog content and show your thought leadership, and again, drive traffic to your website as well. So you can start conversations and join groups and improve your own knowledge as well. On LinkedIn, you should have a personal profile and a business page. So you go with both. You'll probably find that your personal profile, you'll have a lot more connections than your business page has of followers. And hey, there's nothing wrong with that. So sharing content through your personal profile and your business page as well is key to LinkedIn. Now, in much the same as Facebook, make sure the sections of your profile are completed. Here you'll see you've got a snapshot of my personal profile and Boma's business page. You can see the branding's aligned. I've got a Boma header picture on my profile. So ideally you might have someone that can create that for you and then share it amongst all the teams so that everyone's kind of got that nice branding alignment. Now, people used to sort of think of LinkedIn really as like a resume, and but it's changed so much from there. It's a really great place to share info and again, sort of prospect for leads, hey, and still staff. Now, don't forget, yeah, as I mentioned, reviews again, make sure everything's consistent with your Facebook page and your website. So keeping that brand alignment as well will make things much more simple for people that are going to follow you on those platforms. And don't forget to endorse or review other people as well, because then they will review in turn. So it's a give and take. And hey, in social as well, it's not always just about you. It's a really great chance to share content about your clients and help give them some recognition as well, promote their brands. On both Facebook and LinkedIn, there are some really great groups that you can join. So they can be a great resource to interact with peers and share info and advice. And that can be groups where you might be industry association groups, for example, as well as groups that your clients are likely in or prospects. So not only can it be great for your learning and development and your sort of networking amongst your peers, but again, yeah, a great opportunity to prospect for leads as well. Even groups like, Xero, for example, that's a really great place to kind of just chat and meet people and engage with like-minded. So yeah, basically look for groups that are of your interests and verticalized groups for your client expertise. Really great way to prospect for new leads. So join them and interact as your brand to help build that profile. Here as well is something that I don't see as often as we should. So the image on the right hand side, that's the footer information from Boma's website, and you should be promoting your social pages all over your website, ideally on your homepage, at least on your contact us page. You know, people are not going to follow you if they don't know these pages exist. On the left hand side is my email signature, so you can see they can click through to go to Boma's social pages right from every single email that I send. So this kind of cross promotion is pretty key, so that people can really easily just go to those pages. Don't be shy of promoting them. So what to share? Now, this sometimes can be the hardest part. This is what people struggle with the most, and there's plenty of really good ideas. Start with things that you might be comfortable with, reminding and supporting your clients with key compliance dates. Share news that directly affects your clients. You know, there's plenty to share right now, that's for sure. Business recovery tips, etc. Support packages, working from home tips. There's a heck of a lot of great advice floating around on the internet right now. Comment on changes within the industry or legislation that affects your clients. You can look at industry publications, both online and printed, for ideas on topical issues to post about and start up a conversation. Promote or comment on events. You know, have you been to something recently, or is there something coming up? And this is not just events for your clients, but events that you go to as well. Boost your clients' brands, as I mentioned, with a profile or perhaps a congratulations on an achievement, as that gives them really great exposure too. Of course, sharing news from your firm, your people's achievements, you know, certifications, even team events. You know, social media is supposed to be fun as well, so people follow you to get to know you as well as a brand. So it doesn't all have to be businessy, it can be fun stuff too, and giving people a chance to get to know you and your team. Yeah, like telling your story to let people know who you are. Don't underestimate the value of your knowledge. It might be everyday for you, but for others it can be a bit of a black box, and they're looking for help and simplicity. You don't need to baffle people with complex acronyms and terms. Plain English is best, short sentences, simple messages. Even things like, you know, hey, this week have you had 3 people ask you the same question? That's a great example of something that could be really useful to share as a social post. Even if one person's asking a question, chances are that there's others that just haven't got around to that yet. So share that information on your social platforms. Now, don't forget as well to share what you do, your services. I think you'll all be surprised by how little your clients know about the breadth of your services and how you can help them. Whether it's, you know, forecasting or tips around their cash flow or how to get paid faster and things like that. There's plenty of knowledge about that that they might not even know about. Hey, do you do business planning? Do you hold KPI sessions and things like that? Maybe they don't know that you do. So a short little social post about your services and the value of them could really be useful and help with your selling some additional offerings of those value add advisory services. Now, don't forget as well, hey, it doesn't have to just rely on one person. Talk to your colleagues, think about your clients and their frequently asked questions. I'm sure you've got some colleagues who might have some ideas about things to post as well, or questions that they're getting from their clients. So yeah, when you're starting out, I think key is to choose the channel that you're most comfortable with. You don't need to become an expert in everything overnight. Pick one, get comfortable, and then as you kind of grow along your marketing journey, you can add some additional channels. You don't need to go whole hog with sort of Facebook and LinkedIn at the same time if you're new to both. You know, if you're feeling overwhelmed, though, the key is to start small, start with one thing, and be authentic. You know, when it comes to what to share, if you take away one piece of advice from me today, it's be yourself. Don't, you know, you can have fun with it. People just want to get to know you. It doesn't have to be all kind of serious, you know, complex, evaluated accounting information that you share. They just want to hear from you and how your business is tracking as well. So that kind of leads on to Boma, really, because the problem of what to share, that's what we help to address as well with this really great Wolters Kluwer content and Boma's tool to deliver it. So for those that aren't familiar with us, we are launched to market so around 2.5 years ago at Xerocon. Our founders come from a marketing and advertising background. Our CEO headed up Saatchi & Saatchi New Zealand and the European division. At the beginning, Boma worked really closely with Rod Drury at the time and the team at Xero and our users to really understand the needs or the marketing needs of bookkeepers and accountants as a vertical. We were planning to extend our platform to all SMB users, but we've decided just focus really on this as one vertical because we've got such a really great platform. And so we're really committed to you guys and providing a tool that meets your needs. So because we're very specialized, it means that we can build, add features and build capability that meets your specific needs. So, you know, as we mentioned, marketing can be a little bit of a dark art, but that's where we come in with a real easy to use digital marketing tool that makes engaging with your clients quick and easy. So Boma integrates with social media, namely Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter, and it has email functionality that integrates with Xero to pull in your contacts database. But yeah, the hardest part of marketing sometimes is what am I going to say and how do I make it sound interesting? And that problem's solved for you with our content library. So we've got over 400 ready to share articles, now including articles from Wolters Kluwer. We're pretty excited. So Boma has also a bunch of tools to help you prospect for new leads if you're wanting to grow via boosting posts and social ads. And we also have landing pages to capture new leads and they'll go straight into your database. But you know, getting used to using a new tool can be a bit of a headache. And hey, if we know anything about bookkeepers and accountants, we know that you guys are often short on time. So, you know, we've got you covered. You've got the option of some personalized training or onboarding with me, so you can get up and running super quickly. Now, it's hard to sort of imagine what Boma is listening to me blabber on. So I'm just going to, for a moment, stop sharing and then jump into my Boma so that I can give you a quick demo. Okay, share my screen again. So let's talk about the content library. As we mentioned, over 400 articles in the library, all written by experts ready to share for you in minutes. The articles are all aligned with these global categories, aimed at addressing common pain points and opportunities of small businesses. These are our current content partners. In the other partners space is where you'll find articles from our wonderful friends at Wolters Kluwer. Now there's about 5 or 6 articles added every week, so there's always something fresh and new to share. Let's take a look at this article. Everything comes with a beautiful high quality image. Here's a little preview of your social media post. Now we'll automatically include a link to an instant branded article where your social followers can read this longer form content. Now you can preview that here. So this is a page hosted for you with your branding at the top, and 2 places at the top and at the bottom where they can go to your website afterwards once they've finished reading this longer form content, which is too long to share in a social post. So let's deliver this content, and literally in minutes we're going to share this out as an email and as a social media post at the same time using all my channels, but you can do just one or the other. First step is name your campaign, just for your reference, and start. Now we've got a couple of steps where we can customize. Here's the social post content that we previewed earlier. Now it's also already got a hashtag. For those of you not familiar with hashtags, they are super useful in social media. It's like a little mini search term. So if someone's searching for do right and delight, or hey, this article was about creating raving fans, if someone's searching for these terms in Facebook, they just might see your post even though they don't follow you. So that's the benefit of a hashtag. Another way for people to find your post. So this is good for, yeah, if you're really focused on prospecting, then consider the hashtags you add. So I can completely rewrite this post content if I want, or I've just made a small change. Hey, or there's nothing wrong with just leaving it as is and continue through to the next step. So this is the template step. It's now going to feed into my individual channels where I can customize further. And here's how the channels I'm sharing this out on: LinkedIn business page, a personal profile, Twitter, Facebook, and there's my email. So there's the change I made on the previous step. Now I can add in some more changes here, but it's only going to apply to my LinkedIn post. So I'm filtered on my LinkedIn business page post at the moment. So what that means is if you want to, if you can say something slightly different on LinkedIn than you do on Facebook, for example. Now, in the interest of time, there's absolutely nothing wrong with sharing the exact same message to Facebook and LinkedIn. Don't panic if you feel like it all has to have a different brand voice. There's nothing wrong with having the exact same message. You can preview. So here's what the post would look like for someone that follows me on LinkedIn, is scrolling through their feed to see my post. So you can see it looks pretty slick and the hard work's done for you. I'm choosing to share this to my personal profile, or if you don't want this campaign to go there, you can easily disable it. So lots of opportunities to really customize how each message is going to be delivered. Twitter's not massive in the Southern Hemisphere, but hey, it's no extra work. If you are already using Boma and you've connected LinkedIn and Facebook, take the time to create your Twitter account. And hey, it's no extra work to share a tweet. And it's just another way for people to find you. Okay, there's a little alert on Facebook. You'll notice the post content is empty just because of Facebook's fake news problems. There's one extra step required, which is to copy the text from the content template and then manually paste in. And here's a little preview of my Facebook post. And that's social media done. How easy was that? But I'm also sending this as an email to my database. I can send it to my whole database or to a specific group of contacts based on a tag. Now, a tag is a label that defines a contact as being part of a group. And with Boma, you can have as many of these groups as you like, and you decide what they're called. Now, for example, I might decide to deliver this to my clients in the retail vertical, and we're down to 12. I can include multiple if I want to also deliver this to my trade clients, for example, but maybe I want to exclude people that are on 0. So what this enables you to do is really slice and dice who you deliver each email to. And that means that all the content that you're sending each contact is really relevant to them. So they'll love getting emails from you because they're getting content that's really relevant to them and their business. That means you'll have a really great open rate and click-through rate. Save and close once you're happy. Now, when you use an article, the subject line and the preview description, that's what shows when you're scrolling through your inbox and encourages you to open the email. They're already written for you, but again, you can customize them. You have a default from email address too, but you can change it here if you need to. Now we need to select template. So this is to do with the look and feel of our email. I can use any previous email as a template, or I'm going to use a new one. We do have some pre-designed templates with placeholder images and text. I'm going to use this one at the top. When you set up your Boma account, you upload your logo and choose your brand colors, and that's what's feeding in now to my email editor. And then I'll be able to customize my email. Now, as a starting point, my empty template, before I add my content, remember every email should have little icons that represent your relevant social accounts and your website link as well. So that comes as standard. Every email delivered out through Boma's platform will automatically have all that in there. The Rows tab is where I'll find my article. Now, as I scroll down, you'll see there's a few different designs. So these ones at the top, I just click and drag the one I want into my template. This is really designed to be a newsletter section. You can see it's actually that, well, I've got my hashtags in there still, so it's the same content that I used for my social post. The Learn More button, when I click on that, is pre-populated with that page that we previewed earlier. So this is a nice little short intro section, great for a newsletter. Back on the Rows tab, if I scroll to the bottom, here's the full longer form content. So I can click and drag that one in. So lots of flexibility. You can add multiple articles from Wolters Kluwer if you want to replicate the Accelerate newsletter, for example. We haven't quite got all the articles in at this point, but you can, replicate those and add mix and match articles from other publishers in Boma's library as well. Or you might you've defined the audience that you're going to send this to, so you might deliver them the whole content as just a one topic. You'll notice there's no Learn More button because, of course, it's all here. Now, no matter which option you choose, you can customize further. You can click on the image and change it. We've got 1.7 million images, so plenty to choose from, or you can upload your own. You can, of course, the other kind of important thing about email marketing is its segmentation and personalization. So we have the ability with this merge tags feature to pull in the first name from the database. So a nice personal intro. Any of this can be customized. You might decide, nope, I don't like that paragraph, blah, blah, blah. I've got something else to say. You can change the font, the size, the alignment. Lots of opportunities to make this your own. But you know, this is a really great starting point. What it would probably take you a few hours to write something like this, to dream up the content, put it together, get it checked and make sure the grammar's good to go, but it's all here. You can use it as inspiration and customize it, or leave it as is. Lots of options. So once you are happy, save and close out of the email editor. So we've taken an article, we've customized it for social media, we've customized it for email. Now I can send a test email to myself and others if you want to double check before you send it to the masses. And then the last step is to schedule the delivery. So the good thing is that you can choose to send this immediately or for a time in the future that better suits you and your clients. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to think about marketing a couple times a week or even every week. You could potentially come into Boma, schedule your social posts for the next couple of weeks and almost set and forget. And hey, if something incredibly newsworthy happens, then you can come in and supplement those already pre-scheduled posts with something that's a bit more timely. So that's a very quick demo. There's tons more to see in Boma, but that's a little taster for you. Now I'm just going to stop sharing and come back to my presentation for a second. But yeah, I mean, you don't have to take our word for it. We've got some really great customers that have loved using Boma, and here's what they've got to say. The key thing to note is that probably the majority of our customers identify as beginner or intermediate marketers. So whatever your level, we've got you covered. You know, if you don't yet have social media accounts, you can just start with email, or if you're super comfortable with social media, then we've got you covered. The key thing is to get your message out there though. Engage your clients and prospects by sharing your valuable content in as many ways as possible. So here's what we've got for you. So Boma has a standard 14-day free trial, but we will follow up with an email this afternoon. We've got a special offer for Wolters Kluwer clients, 1 month free. So think of it almost like a 6-week free trial. So a really great chance to check Boma out for yourself, take a look at the awesome content in that content library. If you'd like to see more, you can ping me, there's my email, or watch out for the follow-up email, and there'll be a link to book in for a customized demo, so we can talk about what you want to achieve and then how you could achieve that through Boma. Hey, and if you just want to talk about marketing and get some marketing advice, feel free, I'd love to have a chat. We will also send you a recording of the webinar. But now I think we've got some time for some questions. Did any come through their team?
Hi everyone, it's Liz here. We've got no questions so far, so I'm sure that if you do have questions, well, we're very happy to answer them. So I'm sure that these things sometimes come afterwards. So yep. Once you get our email, just send back any questions that you've got. Obviously, there's quite a bit on our website. You'll also find on our resources page lots on social media and how to set up pages, etc., how to kickstart your newsletters.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually a common question people always often ask in these things is, how much is Boma? So after those 6 weeks free with that special offer, Boma is starts at 69 New Zealand dollars per month. That's NZD including GST, and that's unlimited use of the content, unlimited number of campaigns, and that's based on having up to 2,000 email contacts added into Boma's database. So that's good.
Another question here is on engagement and analytics.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, we have all your campaigns. You'll be able to look at your analytics on those. You'll see open rates, click through if there are links in your email, what they've clicked on. Also on your social posts, any engagements such as clicks, shares, likes, comments, etc. And then someone else has asked, is there a way to automatically import contacts from Wolters Kluwer? We don't actually have an API sync between Wolters Kluwer and Boma currently. We do with Xero, but it's very easy to upload your contacts via a CSV file. So that's a simple, very simple exercise, and we can talk you through it as well.
Yeah, perfect. Wonderful. Cool. And no other questions come through?
No, I think nothing, no other questions at the moment.
No worries at all. Well, watch the space. We'll send you the details for this 1 month free. And as I mentioned, yeah, I'd love to, anyone that's keen to see a little bit more, feel free to ping me. I'd love to show you what else Boma has got. You know, we just scratched the surface today. But yeah, well, thank you all so much for your time. Watch out for an email for us, and yeah, have a wonderful afternoon. Appreciate everyone's time, and yeah, thanks again.